Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Chili, welcome to my channel. In this game of Pokemon Unite, I'm going to be playing some Dragapault, which is actually a personal favorite of mine, and I'm actually a Dragapault main. Dragapault for me was the first Pokemon in the game I was able to, or rather, I naturally got a gold ribbon on, just because I love the Pokemon and I love its playstyle so much, and yeah, to me, it's just something that's just timeless, and you know, it's always fun. Phantom Force is a lot of fun to play if you like auto attack heavy builds where you just like to press the A button. And Dragon Dance is really fun as well whenever you can get the resets. It can be kind of hard to play Dragon Dance in today's meta. I think that even though it got buffed recently, the cooldown got lowered by like 2 seconds or something. It's still kind of volatile to play as there's a lot of crowd control in the game, and it gets really shut down if your Dragon Dance gets interrupted and you get caught, because there's no other way to kind of pivot out or escape from a bad situation like that with Dragapault, unless you're using an eject button, of course. However, in this game, I'm going to be running Phantom Force, which I think is the stronger move between Phantom Force and Dragon Dance, just because it just leads into Dragapault's like auto-attacking, A-mashing kind of playstyle, and there's also cooldown reduction that's like factored into the auto and boosted attacks on Dragapault when you get to level 11, which is really nice, and basically is the reason why you kind of play this Pokemon, to get to level 11 just to auto and just get resets with Phantom Force. And the move to pair it with, obviously, I think, is Shadow Ball, as Shadow Ball does give you a slight dash, so you do get some kind of mobility from one of your moves, and it just pairs really well with Phantom Force, as basically Shadow Ball casts, it throws like a Shadow Ball at them and it marks them, and if you hit them 4 times, the 4th hit will do like additional damage and I think some healing maybe. It's also a good way to kind of set up for secures, in the sense that you use Shadow Ball and then you attack 4 times, and then you couple the increased 4th hit with your Unite move. Is just another kind of way to guarantee secure, and that's typically the way that I kind of like to use it when I go for objectives with Dragapault. And the items that I'm running in this game are the Muscle Band, the Rapid Fire Scarf, and the Cell Bracer. As of this point in time, I think that Muscle Band and the Rapid Fire Scarf are kind of must-haves for Dragapault. As you can see right there, just the auto attack speed from the 2 items and Phantom Force is just something you can't afford to pass up, really. Scope Lens is pretty good as a 3rd item. However, preferentially, I just like the extra damage that you get from the Cell Bracer. So I was able to secure that with the Unite move, which is very strong in Dragapault. Probably one of the best secures in the game. And I think that's kind of the advantage Dragapault has to other auto attackers, is that it has like the execute for the Unite move, and it's also just a really good way to kind of secure like Regieleki or Rayquaza. I get away, and I learned this game that Buzzwole and Dragapault are just really strong to play against. With the crowd control and the stuns that Buzzwole has to offer, it really sets up Dragapault to just auto attack and just finish them with the Unite move. And I think the Cell Bracer is kind of a no-brainer, so I feel pretty confident in this being the optimal Dragapault moveset, as you do get a little bit of cooldown reduction, and it's just so easy to get these stacks with Dragapault, if you jungle especially, and you have like a decent gank, and you're able to get a lead off that or maintain a lead at all. So I'm on the verge of being level 12, and at 13 I'll get Shadow Ball Plus. Basically, that just increases the damage from Shadow Ball, the Mark proc, and the final hit, or the fourth hit of Shadow Ball. So I have 10 stacks on the Assault Bracer and 10 stacks on the Phantom Force, so being level 13 at 437 in the game is actually really good. So my team is in here, and Dragapault has the power to kind of root objectives solo, especially at the level that I'm at. So in a matter of like 15 seconds, I'm able to get the Registeel there. Dragonite scores, but he breaks my shield and does a little bit of damage. I think that was a unboosted Hyper Beam. Or rather just using Hyper Beam as opposed to not having any like the Dragon Dance stacks. So I kind of got to play around the Trevenant here, but I'm able to take out the Gardevoir, and the Trevenant's not that much harder. So Dragapault just does a ton of damage if you're able to get the Assault Bracer stacks and the Phantom Force stacks. So overall, the Muscle Band and the Rapid Fire Scarf work really well, and just giving you more auto attack speed so that you auto more and that you're able to lower the cooldown of the Phantom Force, and then the Assault Bracer is there to just give you extra damage on top of the Phantom Force stacks that you get. It's also just an easier way to get passive damage stacks if you're not able to get the Phantom Force stacks right away. Just because Phantom Force at level 5 has kind of a long cooldown, so like if you use it and you're auto attacking and you don't get a KO or the enemy gets away, then you kind of have to wait quite a bit to get it again, so it's hard to get the stacks early on. So I like to run full heal on Dragapault because it pairs really well with its passive, which basically reduces the effects of like stuns and hindrances. And in that example with Absol, I was able to cancel the stun from the Sucker Punch or whatever that move was, and basically finish it off with some auto attacks and Unite move. So we're in a really good position to rip the Regieleki here. So I can just basically sit in place and attack it, but with Buzzwole, we get rid of it pretty quickly. So 2 of them are down. I think now is a really good time to rip Ray, if possible. Especially with Dragonite going to score there, and we get it like that. I don't have any blue buffs, so you know it doesn't hurt to get that when you can. Use Phantom Force for movement speed and invisibility to score. And since we all have shields, we can kind of just keep scoring and just keep the lead because none of them are here to defend, and there's not a lot of farm, but there's still like opportunities to score, and the other team would have to score like a lot in order to catch up. So I'm just coming back to see if I can intercept them. Absol unites, gets stunned by Mime. He ejects in to try to reposition himself, but we're able to still get him. Fortunately, somehow I still have my Rayquaza shield, so you know we're definitely going to try to score again, especially with 4 of them down. Another 84 points, so we basically won the game. We can kind of do whatever, so. But yeah, I love Dragapault. Dragapault again is just such a fun Pokemon to play, and it's just really good, and especially with these recent buffs that it got, I think it's definitely a strong jungler and a strong Pokemon to carry with if you need something to rank up or carry with. So I got 20 KOs that game, which is pretty crazy. I play Dragapault a lot, and I don't really get these kind of numbers, so it's cool to see it when it happens. So we scored 1,126 points, and me and Buzzwole did the same amount of damage. Buzzwole is just a beast, especially when he gets his stacks in. So here's my jungle Dragapault. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.